contrast against the failures of the Obama administration, which Hillary Clinton wants to double down on, and the fact that he is talking about listening to people, he's talking about being an outsider and a business guy, and I think we've got a stark contrast to the failures of
Well, look, the only thing I'll add is anytime you have a vast majority of the Republican Senate conference meeting early and stay late, we had a great exchange. It was very productive. And I would add to what Senator Perdue said. I don't think this is just about bringing Republicans together. I think Mr. Trump is bringing Americans together who are disgusted with the status quo. And they've got a choice between moving in the right direction or continuing 8 more years of President Obama. And I think most of us agree that's a failed policy. That's why we're behind.
Senator Corker, how did he respond to questions about his more controversial incendiary comments that have frankly upset members of your Congress?
I thought he responded very well. I mean, obviously, you know, I think over on the House side they asked more specific policy questions. The Senate's a little different body, and I think people, the sensitivities that people have in the Senate are a little bit different, and I thought he responded exceptionally well to those.
Give us an example. Elaborate on this.
Well, you know, look, he sometimes, it's just his nature, and you've been covering this the whole time. Sometimes he sort of over-explains, and you know, his base instincts are very, very good, and sometimes when he's making a point, you know, it's an overpoint, if you will, and I think people saw that today. They understand that at the base of this, certainly, this is a person that's got tremendous sensitivities and inclusiveness to the entire American people, and I think they see and know that. And again, I will tell you, look, we watched the Mitt Romney campaign, and at the end there was a documentary on Mitt Romney, and everybody said, where was that? Okay, and I think that when you get in these races, you almost build a heritage of who a person is, and I think the more people get to know him, they're going to have a different view of who he is. I thought it was an excellent meeting. I thought it gave people an opportunity to do that, and I'm glad that happened. I mean, again, you know, when you just see snippets on TV, or you see one line that you're referring to right now, one line that comes out of a 66-minute speech, people get a very different impression. But I think today, people left there feeling great about the meeting, feeling great about the meeting. And as it was mentioned, that's a big change for the Republican Party, and I think what you're seeing here is a movement, and it's a movement about ensuring that the American people again begin realizing the American dream. I mean, it's been a long time. We see people that are middle class that have worked hard all of their lives, and they all of a sudden they're getting behind, and he's tapped into that, and it's up to us as lawmakers and people who create policy to take advantage of that and do those things to move our nation forward.
Yes, but Senator, as you know, there have been a number.
Did he ask you at all about the vice presidential pick? Did he talk about that? Did he ask you in front of all your colleagues?
No, we didn't talk about that.
And any news on that front?
No.
Did he discuss deep states at all?
No. Senator, as you know, there have been a number of people who are not happy about his rhetoric, about some of his tactics. So I'm wondering, after this meeting, were there any converts, any people who were sort of on the fence, but after this meeting now feel as though they can support him?
I don't think there's any question, but there were a massive number of converts after the meeting.
Any names? Anyone?
No, I think there's a growing acceptance that we have a candidate that will win in November. I mean, that's a reality. We're listening to the people back home. People are hurting. Middle class income has not changed at all in the last 7 years. 4 million women have fallen into poverty. We have fewer people working as a percentage than any time since 1978. Is there any wonder this man's touched a nerve out there? We have a candidate that will win in November.
But you understand what I'm saying in terms
absolutely.
of touching a nerve. You know, there are a number of people in the GOP, some of those who decided not to attend today, who are feeling, I'm still unsure about this man. I'm sure. And I'm wondering, after this meeting now today, any converts?
Look,
I would just say this. Let me say, I think a number of people you could feel had reached a positive conclusion as this program along. Didn't you feel that?
Can he stay on message?
No, I don't think they should talk to them.
They've got a saying in the mountains of western North Carolina: when you learn them, you like them. And I believe that the more people that we've got, with all due respect, we've got to cut through the media snippets and into the underlying message and the nerve that he's striking and creating a movement. We got to recognize that we've got a opportunity to win and transform this nation. I fully believe that Donald Trump's going to help us do that.
It's on the media narrative, right, that he went on this rant last night about topics other than Hillary Clinton's email controversy, which is something that Republicans want to focus on. Can he stay on message? Does he have that ability?
Well, look, nobody hammered Hillary Clinton more effectively than he did in the last few days. I think that he correctly identified the failures and problems she had and hammered them directly on it. And that was the main focus of the message. But he gives an hour-long speech on a lot of subjects, so I don't think that's off message.
But we saw two very different Donald Trumps. The last night he was a little bit, focusing on a lot of other controversies, and the night before he was very focused on Hillary Clinton. Can he do that again? What does he need to do to make sure that he stays on
He's done pretty well. He's done real well with American people, and obviously, critics can suggest what they'd like about how somebody should conduct themselves, but he's done pretty darn well, it seems to me.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Senator.
Thank you.
Noon hit.
No.